Shalom Yasharala. All praise to the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Hakodash. Double honors to the elder apostle of Great Millstone for giving us wisdom and understanding of the scriptures. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect, and Shalom to all the sincere Achiam and Akwad on this planet. I go right into it. This is Matthew chapter 2, verse 1. Now when Yahushua was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, Where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east, and are coming to worship him. When Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he demanded of them where Yahushua should be born. And they said unto him, In Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it is written by the prophet, And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes of Judah. For out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel. Then Herod, when he had privately called the wise men, inquired of them diligently what time the star appeared. And he sent them to Bethlehem, and said, Go and search diligently for the young child, and when you have found him, bring me word again, that I may come and worship him also. When they had heard the king, they departed, and lo, the star which they saw in the east went before them, till it came and stood over where the young child was. When they saw the star, they rejoiced with exceeding great joy. And when they were come into the house, they saw the young child with Mary's mother, and fell down and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasures, they presented unto him gifts, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And being warned of the Most High in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed into their own country another way. And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Most High appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, Arise, and take the young child and his mother, and flee into Egypt, and be thou there until I bring thee word, for Herod will seek the young child to destroy him. Now, I just woke up in the middle of the night, crazy dream about, superpowers, I gotta say spiritual powers, and, 2/3 niggas, 2/3 Israelites, and, women, philosophies, water, which is the truth, which is the wisdom of the scriptures. This word, I gotta say, this word that's in the Holy Scriptures called the Bible, that is water. Now, I'm not gonna go in details into the dream, but it does show me some things, First of all, when I had the dream, it started with, that's a detail I do want to give. It started with, I don't know if anybody, if you know about Naruto, the anime / manga. Well, for me it's anime because I never read it, I only watched it. And, it's about, shinobi with actual spiritual powers, And, in Naruto it's superpowers, I think, because these powers are not given by the Most High. But still it's powers, great powers that they could beat their enemies with. And, I watched two of the characters of the show fighting each other with their spiritual powers, with their superpowers. And that was the beginning of the dream, and, when you're in this truth, there's one thing that you really hope for and that you pray for, to stay strong, that, when this world ends, the world of the Edomites, so-called Caucasian, who's ruling this planet right now, when it comes to an end, the planet will go into another phase, basically. A beautiful phase when you are part of the nation of Israel, and a very ugly phase when you're part of the nation of Edom or any other nation, but especially Edom, Esau, which I should call him, and I'm going to call him from now on. Now, these spiritual powers, they are real, you know. They're going to be on the elect of the Most High. And, you know, Most High willing, I'm part of that group of people. Now, this is Zechariah chapter 12, verse 8. In that day shall the Most High defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David. The house of David shall be as the Most High, as powers, as the angel of the Most High before them. I read it again. Zechariah 12 and 8. In that day shall the Most High defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as power, as the angel of the Most High before them. So now you gotta understand, King David, back when we were, you know, a good kingdom and we were stable in the world and everything was going very well and we had the other nations under subjection, King David was a strong man and a very, you know, nowadays they would say athletic man. He would jump over walls, very high walls, man. And to do that, you gotta have the power of the Most High, man. You know? Go to Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 17. You know? Jeremiah chapter verse 17. Jeremiah 30, verse 17. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, said the Most High, because they called thee an outcast, saying, This is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. Now, when you're an Israelite, you're at the bottom of the totem pole of society, you know, and you are wounded. And I gotta say, you know, I started working Monday. Today is Wednesday morning. Monday I started working unexpectedly because I had a few weeks, you know, with no work. Because, you know, in construction, January, December are horrible months. I had to find that out the hard way. But you know, y'all, what I saw, things went well. I got the brethren from GMS Holland. They got my back, you know, and well, praying also helped. But we go into that later. So again, Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 17 speaks about the Most High will heal thy wounds. I gotta say, man, in construction, man, right now I feel my body is just, you know, hurting, man, because you know, I have to adapt again, and the work is very physically. And yesterday they told me they are on they go to a little cursus. I gotta say in English, in Dutch they go into have some first aid course, so they have to go there. So today I'm free. And when he told me that yesterday, around mid noon, you know, the owner of the company, he told me that. First I was like, man, I'm gonna miss money. But then at the end of the day, I was like, yeah, I need that. It's good. It's good because my body is wounded right now. But let alone if you're in the world all your life, this hell place that they call society. Man, we are wounded as Israelites, man. Being Jake, we are wounded, man. You know, Jake getting killed left and right, Jake getting spit on, all kind of madness, craziness they're doing to each other, these drill rap Negroes. You know, back in the days, rappers killing each other, still rappers killing each other, Jake just killing each other for no apparent reason. The William Lynch letter is very real. When Jake see each other, they want to, well, back in the days, they wanted to murder each other. Nowadays, they, under that Black Lives Matter flag, they claim to be like all, brotherly and all that stuff, but they are not. As long as you're not in this truth, you don't know what it is to be brotherly, man. Because the word brother means friend. Now I go to Jeremiah 16 and 16. He's looking for Jet. So yeah, get off my back, Satan. It's Jeremiah chapter 16 verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, said the Most High, and they shall fish them. It's talking about, the elect, the people that's doing the work in this truth, standing on the highways and byways on the Saturdays or whatever day, trying to show Israelites the truth and also the other nations the truth, But this one is talking about, the Israelites, telling the Israelites the truth, because that's what fishers do. They're fishing for fish. That's, what you do when you're standing in the camp. You're fishing. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Most High, and they shall fish them, speaking of the Israelites. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them, speaking of the Edomites, the East. They shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. See, it's no mystery that these Aegis, they got all these bunkers in the mountains. They got underground facilities. You can watch James Bond movies. They give you a whole lot of evidence of that. But also they shall hunt them from every mountain, from every hill, and out of the holes of the rocks. You cannot do that after the world has been destroyed. Thermonuclear fire, which is gonna come also. You cannot go into the mountains if you have no, material. You ain't got no power tools. You ain't got no machines. You cannot go there. You cannot go onto the mountains, into the mountains, if you don't have materials, if you don't have no helicopters, because that is all gonna be destroyed and done away with. You're going to need spiritual powers to do what is written in Jeremiah chapter 16 and 16. They shall hunt them. So if you're part of this elect, you're going to be able to hunt them. And brothers have been having, had multiple dreams about them having spiritual powers and being hunters. In I don't want to say beast-like state, but the body's gonna change, man. So you might end up being, like Wolverine. Wolverine is not, he's a human person. Thing is that he got physical, characters that do not fit your average human. With the claws coming out of his hands. He got healing powers, Now, when you're part of the elect and you're going to be hunting these people, you won't be needing healing powers because they won't be able to touch you because you got spiritual power of the Most High. Not even a bullet will be able to touch you. You can check that out on my channel too, in the playlist, I think with the chariots of the Most High. There's a video where the Iranian army is trying to shoot a chariot, and he's just playing with them, man. They cannot hit him, and he's right in their side, but they cannot hit him. That video is from like 2 or 3 years ago, but you can check it out on my page. It's still there, man. So the last scripture I want to pull, concerning this spiritual power, is Malachi chapter 4 and 2. Malachi chapter 4 and 2, but unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. Now, calf, a calf might be, a bull or a cow. Those are strong animals. and we shall grow up, Yahweh as calves of the stall. And if you fear the Most High's name, because that's what love is, when you fear Him. And that's also what wisdom and understanding is. You gotta fear somebody, not even somebody. You gotta fear the Most High because because of what He's capable of. So unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in His wings. So this scripture tells me that when you're gonna get the spiritual powers, you're gonna also have wings. You're gonna be able to fly. And that's also with the scripture in Jeremiah 16:16. How are you going to reach the mountains? By flying. By flying, man. Now, the dream I had was also about the 2/3, and lately, I've been having last couple of, let's say 4 weeks, I having crazy dreams about, jigs that I know from the world that in all types of ways coming back into my dreams, And I see them, I see their faces, literally their faces. And they always ask me stupid shit from 50 years ago, yeah, let's go hang out. What's your number? That worldly nigga shit. But in today's dream I had, 2 of them were fighting back in the old hood. Were fighting with somebody that I don't know, and one of them died. I watched him die. He got stabbed to death. And the other one, I don't know what happened to him, but he did not die in my dream. And those things happen a lot lately, man. Even with some family members of mine who died in my dreams, got killed, and I just don't give a fuck. In the dream, I just looked at it happening. Today, I saw him. I was maybe 30 meters, 40 meters away from it. And I saw him getting stabbed multiple times, and he died in my dream. But that's going to happen to 2/3, man. 2/3 of the nation of Israel, which are like the sand of the sea. Israel is like the sand of the sea. You cannot count the number of Israelites on this world. We are so-called Asians right now. We are so-called Africans right now. We are so-called Europeans right now. The Irish, the Scottish, the Italians, especially Sicilians. Some of them Balkan countries. Croatians, Yugoslavia, the former Yugoslavia. Saying, the Danish. A whole lot of people think that the Norsemen, which are wrongly called Vikings, because Vikings is something you do, Viking, and the Norsemen, the people from the north, those people are Israelites, If you want to check out the series called Vikings, it's a very good series, but you're going to have multiple signals in that series if you go check it out. I think it was on the History channel, but you can find it on the internet anyway. Just type it in. And, the so-called Vikings, the Norsemen, they were Israelites too, man. And 2/3 of our people will have to find out the hard way that they have to come back to the Most High, man. They're going to have to die in this world and be born again in the kingdom to come. That's basically what this truth is all about, man. Besides, all the, statutes and the commandments and the law that you have to keep, which I also have to grow in. Yahweh Tasa. Now, Zechariah chapter 30, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Most High, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. Speaking of the, the elect and innumerable multitude. Verse 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them, I will say that it is my people, and they shall say, the Most High is my power. Now, silver and gold and other jewels, gemstones, or even copper, brass, and you put it in the fire. But let's not talk about brass. Let's keep it at the gold and the silver. When you put gold in the furnace or in the fire, it will go to a certain phase that you'll be thinking like, man, that's fucked up, that's messed up. But in the end, fire, it makes it look more good, more beautiful, more yapa. And that's what's happening when you're in this truth. You're gonna get tried, you're gonna have to go through the fire, One of the brothers of GMS Camp Holland, he had this week he had something. I think it was Monday or something. He had something with an E, on the streets of his city, and he was tried. I'm I'm not gonna go in details, but he almost messed the Edomite. Shit. Then I'll say it again. Hopefully that will strike this this video. But he almost beat the E up. Now, luckily he didn't, because that's gonna get you jacked up in this world. But it shows you, man, they are trying you, man. Yesterday when I was in the city of Harlem, yes, the hood Harlem in New York is called after the city of Harlem in the Netherlands. Y'all know that. I was in the city of Harlem working, and one of the painters, he made a remark like from like 5 or 7 meters away, something with colors, some little punk shit, that when you're in the street, you're not even giving, really attention to those little joke shit. Because first of all, I won't see him again. If it was a guy that I was working with all day, and he kept doing those things, then eventually it would come to a point that I would confront him about it. But this little painter dude, I won't see him again, so I don't worry about that little shit. So you're gonna get tried, man. That's basically what I wanted to point out with Zechariah. Now, for me personally, I had a few weeks without work, and one of the brothers of GMS Camp Holland, he had a good talk with me. I start praying, and what do you know? The next day, man, I got a call from these guys from, hey, can you start tomorrow? That's crazy, man. But it's Yapa, too. It's beautiful. See, a few scriptures, and then I'm going to sign off. It's not it. I got to find it, so bear with me 1 second. I think it's Luke chapter 18 and 1. Because you got to pray, man. You got to pray. See? And this is Tawada to the brother of GMS Camp Holland. You know who you are. Nathaniel. Luke chapter 18 verse 1. And he spake a parable unto them to this end, that man ought always to pray and not to faint. We got to always stay praying. The Our Father, difficult prayers, different prayers that are there. I'm looking for man's goings, man. Man's goings. I think it's Proverbs. Saying 3. Yeah, also, as a precept on the one in Luke, Proverbs 3 and 5. Trust in the Most High with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. Because you don't have no really own heart. It's the Most High, man. I can prove that too. Job 33 and 15. Job 33 and 15, man. In a dream, Job 33 and 15, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, in slumberings upon the bed, then he opened the ears of men and sealed their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide prideful man. Well, it's basically in verse 15 and 16. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon man, in slumberings upon the bed, then he opened the ears of men and sealed their instruction. So, really, you don't have a choice. The Most High lets you do what you're going to do. You're going to do what you're going to do. You're here to understand why you're going to do it. That's a quote from the Matrix. It comes very close. But the Most High, you know, he decides what's going to happen to you, man. He knows already what's going to happen to you. And he's going to show you that he's going to do it. Proverbs 20 and 24. Just going through some scriptures before I close off. You know, yeah, I had to read this before the other one actually. But Proverbs chapter 24, 20 and 24. Man's goings out of the Most High. How can a man then understand his own way? See, that's really cutting it up, you know. Because man's goings out of the Most High, man. Anything you do, everything you're gonna do, the Most High put that in your mind, in your heart, I must say, in your lap, and you're just gonna do what you're gonna do, man. If you're gonna be, you know, a sodomite, you're gonna be a sodomite. If you're gonna be a playboy, you're gonna be a playboy. If you're gonna be a rapper in the first, I don't know, in your teenage years or your 20s, you're gonna be a rapper. You know, if you're going to be a whack rapper, you're going to be a whack rapper. If you're going to be a good rapper, you're going to be a good rapper. If you're going to be a teacher in this truth, you're going to be that. But if you're going to be somebody that's going to just bring water to the teachers, that's also your lot. You know, and that might get you into the kingdom of heaven too, man. So you're going to do what you're going to do according to what the Most High, the Heavenly Father wants you to do. You don't have a choice. This is his movie. And you're just part of it, man. You know? So, yeah, man. I had to make this video because I had a dream. It was really intense. You know, I had my ex-girlfriend into it. I could see her clearly. It's crazy. All types of madness. People dying in the dream. For some reason, I was at some fucking festival. You know? And, you know, Ease showing me things about work also, you know. The crazy thing was that when I was in the part where I met the Ease, it was very calm and collective. And the part where the Jakes were and the Ishmaelites and all them people where it was like all chaos, right? So that shows you also that they are in the kingdom, because where they dwell is calm and collective, man. And where we are, it's just total garbage, rubbish, and chaos. You know? So with that, I'm going to close it off. I'm going to say all praise to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Lochakwadash. I see y'all at the next one. Shalom.